Hey, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about some new drugstore products and just some makeup I've been, picking up here and there and trying out. This is probably going to be a long video. I usually don't do long videos because I'm like so busy all the time, but I have tried out a lot of new products, so I want to share them with you guys. So let's get started with the video. So we're going to start off talking about this gorgeous lipstick I'm wearing, and this is by NYX. This is called Little Denim Dress. I went to Ulta and they didn't have the lipstick in stock, so what I did was I picked up the liner. So this is actually the lip liner instead of the lipstick. Assuming the lipstick is very similar, because this was like $4 and I think the lipstick was like $9. And it's kind of a unique color, not something I would wear every day, so I got a chance to try it out for half the price. It is a little drying. It is matte. Kind of a fun color, fun for the spring, so Little Denim Dress is what I am wearing. The next thing I want to talk about is the Ardell press-on lashes, and this is what they look like. They come in this little package. Now these are different from like the regular lashes you get in the box. The regular, like the regular lashes you get, because these are press and go. The glue is already on the lashes and there's a little applicator on here. And you're supposed to just press it on and, be ready to go for the day. So I'm going to try to put these on right now and see what I think. So I just opened them up and they have like a little applicator right here. It tells you right and left. Hopefully everything is all good with the length. Even though I usually never have to cut my lashes, occasionally you do have to cut them. I'm just trying to see where I want them to go. So I think here. That was cool. So as soon as I pressed it down, it's stuck. The only thing with these is if you don't put them on right the first time, you probably won't be able to reapply them. And I like to push my lashes up. I like my lashes to kind of flare out a little bit. But that looks pretty good and they are on. So these are a cool concept. I want to say I saw like a video about some lashes from another company. Maybe it was Eyelure. I don't remember the name. So that is the right one. This is the left one. It's already glued on. And I'm just going to try to get it in the same spot. So I'm using like the tip of the applicator to kind of press my lashes down so that I can even get to my skin on the back of my eye. So that one didn't go on as well. But I'm just using my finger and it's sticking really nicely. And they're not heavy. I mean, they feel like regular lashes. The only thing is that the rim is a little bit thicker than the regular lashes. Wait a minute, I feel like it's coming off. I think these would be good if you're not comfortable applying glue or you tend to get glue like in your eye or you're a beginner. I think these would be fun for that. I don't know if you can apply them more than once. It doesn't say, it probably won't stick again, but I'm sure it'll stick with glue. So I think these would be fun, like if you normally don't wear lashes and you want to wear lashes out, like if you're going out for a special event and you want some lashes, these are pretty easy to apply. I applied them in what, 60 seconds? Whereas with glue, sometimes you don't get it right. You have to reapply the glue, or it's not sticky enough, or it's too sticky and you can't move it around. These are super easy to apply. So those are the Ardell Press and Go. They're not heavy. The only one I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one. It feels like it's coming off, but it's on. I try to tug it and it's still on. So the next thing I want to talk about is the LA Girl Pro Cover. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. The LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Foundation. This is foundation. This foundation was hot. Everybody was talking about this a few months ago. And I first tried it. I hated this foundation. When I first used it, I didn't do anything. I just put like 4 pumps all over my face because I was just like, well, the more I use, the more coverage I'm going to have. No, that is not it. So today I only used a pump and a half, and a little bit goes a long way. This is like a thick foundation, and I want to say it has like it's not matte. I want to say it has like not really a dewy finish, like maybe a natural finish. It goes on and it feels wet. And I did have to set it. I set it with my Rimmel Stay Matte Not Flat powder. But I do like this foundation. Like last time, I don't know what I did wrong outside of using like way too much. Today I just used a pump and a half. It matches my color on point. This is a great color match. This is color GLM 64910. So if you are like NC44, this may work for you. I'm in between NC44 and NC45. So this is like a perfect, not perfect, but like almost like one of the best matching foundations out there for me. This matches my skin well. A lot of the foundations I use, they kind of leave, it's kind of hard for me to find my match. They kind of leave like a white film or white glow. This one is more golden and I love the color. This is a great color match. As far as the HD, I don't know about that. I mean, I haven't really taken a lot of pictures. I've only used this foundation twice, but it is performing so much better now that I didn't go crazy with it. It looks better. It doesn't feel heavy like it did at first. And this time I did use, I used a primer. Rimmel, like 8 Hour Wear. Fix and Perfect. It's the purple and white one. This is the old one. They have, I think they changed the packaging. This is the one that I use. I use that and this together and voila. I have another Makeuprevolution product. This is their brow pomade. I didn't use it today, but I have been using this. I want to say this one was $8 as well. I think $8 is like their safe spot because a lot of their products are like $8. Knock on wood, they don't go up on prices. This is in the color chocolate. And you get 2.5 grams. It's about the size of like the little NYX containers. And this is your brow pomade. You just use it to draw on your eyebrows. I will say this one is intense. But what I like about this one is very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. But the Anastasia Beverly Hills one sets faster. Like with that one, once you apply it, you have to work like really fast if you mess up and make a correction. With this one, you have a little bit more time before it sets. So I would recommend this one like for a beginner, if you're a beginner and you don't want to pay $20 for a product anyway, you don't know how to use it or you're not comfortable using it or you don't know it's going to work. So this one I would say will be good for a beginner. It's cheaper. You get about the same amount of product. It doesn't dry as fast, so if you make a mistake, you can take it off and start over again. It is intense, so when you apply it with your brush, you do have to use like really light strokes. This is a MAC 233 brush, and this is what I use. I've had this brush for, I want to say 20 years. Maybe 15 years, maybe 15 years. Anyway, this brush, I just like dip it into the product a little bit and then I kind of dab some of the product off and that kind of thins the product out to make sure you're not going overboard and you don't have like Count Dracula eyebrows. That thins the product out and it just gives you a little bit more control. Alright, so moving on. I actually have this Slay. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This Slay compact in my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about that now. Makeuprevolution products are new to me, but I think they've been out for a while. This is the Slay palette by Makeuprevolution. It, you know, kind of goes, I don't know what you call this display, hieroglyphic. I don't know what you call this display. Anyway, it's super cute. Every time I walk past this palette in the morning, it's like encouragement for me to do my makeup. These are very neutral colors, and these colors are just so pretty. So I'm going to try to tilt it to show you guys the colors. They're primarily like neutrals and like some taupes and oranges and browns. Super cute palette. And it also comes with the eye primer, which I don't remember. I remember using a primer, but I want to say that it had like shimmer or sparkle, something in it. I really didn't care for it, but this is only $8. This is like the little mini modern renaissance palette, you know, with similar colors. Not exactly like that palette. You get the similar colors because you get like some oranges, some brick reds. This is a really nice palette for $8. The only downside to this palette is that I hate when palettes don't have space enough to get your brush in there. I have to squeeze my brush. I washed my brushes today. I don't have any clean brushes. I have to kind of squeeze my brush to get it in there or either use the applicator. I never really use these applicators that come with the palettes, but for this one I did because there's like not a lot of space between these, you know, shadows to like get in there with the brush. But other than that, for $8, I think this is a great deal. I've used this a few times. I fell in love with this peach color. It is so gorgeous. This color right here is so pretty on, and it's matte. And there's only like choose shimmers in this palette. This palette is everything for $8. Since we're talking about eyeshadow palettes, the next eyeshadow palette that I picked up, the next shadow, this is a drugstore palette too. This is by Hard Candy. And I want to say it's new, but I also saw something that said new packaging. So I think that this is new. You get a lot of product for your money. This was $10. And these are also all matte shades. And I haven't really used this a lot. I used it yesterday. And first impression, there is a lot of kick up when you apply the shadows. I think I used too much eyeshadow primer because I could like see like my fine lines in my eye. When you use mattes, you don't really see all that because the light doesn't reflect off the eye, but for some reason I could see like all my little crevices in my eyes. I think I just did too much because I applied eye primer, then I applied base color, then I applied a little bit more eye primer. Today I used it and it's fine. So yesterday I used like 4 colors. Today I only use this beige color as a neutral color all over my eye. And I don't have all those creasings. I think this is a pretty decent buy. The quality is decent. 2 other palettes I picked up are the Wet n Wild Summer or Wet n Wild Spring Collection. These are the two of the 3 shadows in the Spring Collection. I was driving all over town looking for this collection, but this collection sold out so fast. These are the 2 that I picked up, Hieroglyphic Heart and Will You Marry Me. I haven't used this one yet, but I used Will You Marry Me. This is a nice kit. I'm going to try to find a picture when I wore this. I can't remember if I wore this in a video or not. The eyelid color, you know, it's okay. And then the transition color, that's okay. But this eye highlight, it is so gorgeous. It's so reflective. It kind of reminds me of that highlighting grip they came out with, like was it last summer or December, I think. It doesn't look like it in the palette, but when you put it on, it is extremely like reflective. It's like a gold reflected. You can also use this like a cheek highlight. This is everything. So if you can find Will You Marry Me, this is everything. I love this. So since we're talking about Wet n Wild Spring, one of the other things I picked up is also the cheek stain. So I tried this on. This one I was kind of on the fence about, one, because it was $5. That's kind of expensive even for Wet n Wild. Usually their lipsticks are like $1 or $2. But I did pick up this. This is a cheek and lip tint. One of the things I do love about it is it is super glossy. The only downside is that this only lasts like about 3 hours. And I also use it as a blush. As a blush, it only lasts a couple of hours too. So maybe if you're just going out for a couple of hours to the mall or something, this will be good for you. But if you're looking for something that has some longevity to it, this is not it. The next thing I picked up from Makeuprevolution is the luxury powder, and this is like a banana powder dupe. This is $8 and you get 1.4 ounces, so you don't get as much as a banana powder, but it's also half the price. You know, it does the same thing. Now, I haven't taken any pictures with it or anything, so I don't know if it's going to give you a flashback, but so far so good with this powder. So the next thing I picked up is the Argan oil with coconut water Argan Wear Primer. What happened was I had ran out of my Maracuja oil. I had like a little tiny sample and I was going to reorder it, and it was, I think it was $15, and I thought about it. I was like, well, I could just get the Physicians Formula for what, $8? But when I went there, they were sold out. What I gotta say is the Argan Oil with Coconut Water Argan Wear Primer. So what this is a spray. You're supposed to shake it up before you use it. Don't forget to do that. And you just spray it all over your face and let it soak in and then apply your makeup. So the reason why I got this is because I think it was like in March, it had started to get, it was like warm for a while, and then it started to get super cold, and my skin was so dry, like my skin on my face was so dry. I was like, I need a moisturizer. So I was going to try to get the Argan oil. They didn't have it in stock, so I got the primer instead. So I was going to take this sucker back because the first time when I used it, I sprayed my face and my face was on fire. I was like, oh my goodness, I think I'm allergic. My face was burning. I was like, what did I do wrong? So I went back and I read the ingredients, and one of the ingredients in here is alcohol. Usually don't use alcohol like on my face because it's supposed to break down collagen. But after I used this for a few times, I made an exception. A couple of reasons. One, I didn't have time to go back and buy something else for my skin. My skin was really dry. Two, I had already went there, and trying to go, go back to Ulta in the middle of the week is difficult. So I was reading the directions, and one of the things you're supposed to do is shake it up before you use it. So I shook it up. I shook it up and I sprayed it, and then my face didn't burn. I didn't shake it up and I sprayed it. I got like all alcohol on my face. Make a long story short, I fell in love with this product, and I am toward like the end of the bottle. The liquid is like right there. Once you get to the end, it's kind of hard to spray it on your face. I spray it at night and I spray it in the morning. If you overdo it, it can make your foundation like oily. But if you just do 1 or 2 sprays, I think it'll be okay. I was doing like 4 or 5 sprays, and that's why I don't have that much. I've had this for like maybe a month. I went out of control with this. I fell in love with it. So I actually went out and I got a second bottle of this because I like this so much. I'm going to use this up. But then I also got the regular Argan oil. This one is a spray. It's an elixir. It's a spray. Another thing with this, if you don't like coconut smell, you're going to hate this. It smells like coconut, so FYI. So this one is just the regular Argan oil. So once I found out like the store in my area didn't have this, I ordered this online. It's normally like $15, and with the sale it was $8. So this one has a dropper, like the maracuja oil and the Josie Maran Argan oil. You just drop it, put it on your skin. It's supposed to be able to use it everywhere: your hair, your nails, cuticles, face, everywhere. I'm just using it now because my hands feel dry. This does not have a smell to it. The spray one smells like coconuts. First impressions, I think it's okay. I think I just kind of fell in love with the coconut one because it's just more fun to spray your face with something. And I like the smell of the coconut one. I just thought this one was a good value because you get, I think you get 1 Mills, and then the Josie Maran one, you get like a little tiny one. This isn't it, but it's like this small. And the maracuja oil, the tart maracuja oil, you also get like a little tiny one like this for $15. And this on sale was $8. So I thought this was like, a good deal. So I had this for a while, so I'll be able to talk about it later in my reviews. I got this one and another one because it was, so cheap. And then I also got a backup of this one. Okay, so moving on to mascara. Okay, so